The new solo victory cups are starting in just a couple days time, and in today's video I'm going to share with you the tips and strategies which I've used in the recent seasons to help me qualify multiple times to the solo victory cup finals. Now we know this season Epic has changed the solo victory cup, so I'm going to go through all the information you need to know and how you can use this to help you qualify every single time. I hope this video does help you out. If it does, please make sure you drop a like on it and also subscribe, as we're on the road to 12,000 subscribers. My solo victory cup will be streamed live on Twitch on Monday night, so I hope to see you there. If you do, the link is in the description down below. Without further ado, let's get straight on into the video. Okay, so let's first start off the video by talking about what actually is the Solo Victory Cup. Now these are going to be held on every Monday night for the following few weeks of the season. Now last season Qual was much easier to qualify into because it was top 11,500 on Europe and top 9,000 on NA, and this is to gain access to the second session or the finals. However, Qual this season has changed to top 7,000 on EU and only top 5,000 on NA, meaning that the skill level in the finals is going to be much more difficult. Now the format has also changed from 30 points per win all the way up to 65 points per win. The points for kills has remained the same at 1 per kill. Now with last season having 30 points per win and this season having 65 points per win, it means that this season will be much more placement heavy, meaning it's worth playing for placement every single game, so there's no need to start late and W key because your main goal is playing for placement. This means the games are much more likely to be incredibly more stacked. Now my first main tip is going to be the importance of the first game, because this is crucial when you want to qualify. The reason why is because your first lobby is going to be the lowest elo lobby that you play in. Let's say 150,000 people play the tournament on EU and only top 7,000 qualify through. That's a very small percentage, so if you are a part of that top 7,000 you're going to be much better on average than the other players in your lobby. Now what I would have said last season is that it's important to W key this first game and get a 5 to 10 kill win. However, this season is very different due to the increased placement points. Now, points inside the top 5 are extremely crucial, and this is because the points format heavily increases. For example, you get a lot more points for coming in the top 5 than you do coming just a few places out of it, such as 7th or 8th. So you don't need to focus on kills at all, meaning there's no need to W key. The crucial point is going to be rotating dead side and playing smart to make sure you get into that top 5 situation in your first game. This will set you up quite nicely to play the next game smart, which I'll now go through. So if all have gone to plan, you're on a minimum of 40 points going into your next couple of games. Now what do I recommend you guys doing? It's much of the same. Rotate to the dead side of the map and just play hard placement. There's no need to go for kills at all, as 65 kills is way harder to get than a single victory royale. Now again, like I've already mentioned, getting that access to that top 5 points is very crucial. Now this is because the difference between 5th and the win is a massive 27 points, whereas the difference between 10th and 5th is only 17. So you guys can see how quickly the points build up when you really get into that top 5 situation. Also, dying in 21st position only gains you 12 points, meaning that despite outliving 79 players, it means you've pretty much wasted most of your time in the game for very little points. So it's very crucial this season that if you do stay late on into the games, you make sure that you're getting access to that top 5 situation in order to maximise your points. But again, this is all you've got to do over the next couple games, just consistently try and play for a few top 5s. Okay, so the next part of the video, I'm going to focus on how many points I think it's going to take you to qualify to finals this season, and we're going to be basing it off EU because this is the biggest Fortnite region. Now, massive shout out to my duo Alex for sorting this out for me and doing all the statistics. So last season, top 7,000 on EU was around 73 points, but we're going to base it as 75 points for a guaranteed qual. Now, they have increased the points for the win from 30 points up to 65 points, and this is a 2.17 times increase. So simply what you need to do is then times 73 by 2.17, and this gives you around 160 points, meaning a rough estimate for top 7,000 on EU this season is 160 points. Now you can do this on your respective regions. For example, take the top 5,000 on NA, take the points from last season, times this by 2.17, and it will give you a rough estimate of the amount of points which you do need in order to qual. Now like I say, this is only an estimate and we cannot guarantee that this is right, but on average this should be the lower point of the bracket. So let's say 160 is the minimum which you will need in order to qual to the Solo Victory Cup finals on this first one on Monday in this season. Okay, so moving on, the last thing I want to talk about is going to be your landing location for the Solo Victory Cup. Now quickly again, I would like to also just mention, if you guys could show any support to my Twitch channel, the link is in the description. I'm trying to become a full-time streamer one day. If you could show any support at all, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. I will be streaming the Solo Victory Cup this Monday night. Now, moving on, the majority of players will be landing in the bottom half of the map, and this is due to all 3 medallions being located in the bottom portion of the map, obviously at Brutal Beachhead, Redline Rig and the Nitro Dome. Also, the bottom half of the map has a massive amount of metal resources as well as fast farming brick and wood, meaning that you can quickly get max mats. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means that most of your higher skilled opponents are going to land in the bottom portion of the map, which are more likely to run into higher skilled players with more PR and potentially even earnings. So if you're not a confident fighter, I'd avoid landing in the bottom portion of the map, and try landing or finding a drop spot in the north side of the map and then play placement on the dead side of zone. Again, if you are a more confident fighter and someone who's more confident in your ability, you can play that bottom section of the map for the better loot which is available down there, as such the 3 medallions and the fast farming mats. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If it has helped you out, please make sure you've dropped a like, subscribed, feel free to check out my Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out from me.